like a boss.
Woo! All right. So, ladies, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. And today's video, we're going to be talking about what to do when a guy ghosts you and how to act and how to deal with it, especially if you guys on social media and all that sort of good stuff, right? If you guys want one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/innergame coaching. And today, we're going to be doing a live coaching session with Tiffany. Say hello to Tiffany. No, you say hi, Tiffany.
Hi, guys.
All right. So tell me, what's up, man?
Okay, so I started dating this guy at the end of May. We knew each other from when we were in high school. Very, very good friends. We reconnected back in May after not seeing each other for maybe 11, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked. He wanted to pursue a relationship with me, basically asked to get out of the friend zone. Very, very good guy.
He asked you what he like played a deal, came with his lawyers.
He literally said, "We're still in the friend zone," and I said, I was shocked. I was like, "Really? Okay, so we can get out the friend zone." I hadn't seen him in a while, so I figured, hey, people change, and I was really into him, and he was into me, and I thought I was taking things at his, pace. He was, like you say in a lot of your videos, he was very persistent. We met maybe 2 to 3 times a week over his house, my house, out on dates, pulling out the chair for me, pulling out the door.
That's not. And you were like going, and you were like allowing this to happen. It feels good, right? Going with the flow.
Yeah. And he was introducing me to, his mom.
Now look,
Mhm.
so I don't want to stop you, but that's where you made the mistake. You want, even though things look good in the beginning, you want to set barriers. You want to say no a few times, because if you allow yourself to indulge in the compulsion to be around him, like for a good time, what tends to happen is that you kind of overstimulate the person, where they like you, but because you've been there too much, it's kind of like, have you ever had burgers 7 times in the week? Like, I love burgers, but if I have burgers every single day, it gets tiring, you see? And so that's what happens, is that a lot of guys, they ghost, not because of your worth as an individual, but because of just how the human brain naturally adapts to stimulus. Where if you don't withhold in the beginning, he's gonna grow tired. He's gonna ghost. That's what tends to happen. It's a normal thing that happens with everyone, and it's a mistake to equate your self-esteem to that. You know what I'm saying? But keep talking.
Okay, so I never initiated a meetup unless he wanted to. I never initiated a text unless he texted me first for the day. I never asked him. The only time that I asked him was to go as a date to a wedding with me, which he did. And we stayed over at a hotel. And then the next time I invited him, and this is kind of where things got messed up, I guess, was in the 3rd month of our dating. I had invited him to a little trip for the summer, and he said, I said, before I ask anybody else,
in the 3rd month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
in the 3rd
good.
month of dating, I waited, and then I said to him, would you like to go on a little trip with me? If not, I can ask other people. It's no big deal. He said, yes, of course, I'd like to. So we went away for a few days, and that's where things got messed up. I noticed he was pulling away from me in text message. He wasn't texting me as much. He was being distant in the vacation with me. And mind you, he's never had a serious relationship before. He had been in the military for 5 years, came back, and I'm the first girl he's dated since getting out for that 5 years. So I'm thinking what every typical girl does. I freaked out. So I said to him the following Wednesday, we came back on a Friday. I gave him the weekend. And mind you, I'm sorry, before the trip, it was my birthday. He came to my house all happy with his brother, 2 bouquets of flowers, a cake, singing me happy birthday. And I'm like,
whoa,
wow, this is serious, and then we going on the trip. I'm like, I hope he doesn't get sick of me on the trip. And I think he did. And then we had the weekend. And then that following Wednesday, I actually asked to meet up, and we did because I wanted to talk, and I wasn't ready for what he had to say. And basically in the conversation, it was, I'm overwhelmed. This is too much for me. This is why I said that we need to go slow. And I'm like shocked, because I'm like, holy crap, I went based on what you want and your needs. And I'm thinking, what the heck did I do wrong? Completely freaked out. Told me that he has school. He's got to focus on
Oh,
school,
now he
and
has
he,
school.
yeah. Now he's school coming up, and what else did he say? I mean, so many things that I wasn't ready. Sometimes he still looks at me at the friend from high school, and other times he looks at me. He's like, "Oh, I really like this woman. She's super attractive. I love everything she does." He was like, "I'm just so confused," and so I'm thinking, okay. I asked him if he wanted to stop talking. He said no, but then he didn't make it sound overly convincing. So I told him to text me through the weekend and let me know what his thoughts are, because I told him I really like you. I never actually told him that. I said, I really like you. I'd like to continue doing this, but I don't know where you're coming from.
Mm.
The weekend comes up. He didn't text me. But I wasn't shocked about that, because I kind of gave him, I guess, a timeline. That's a little pressure. And so Monday comes around, I try to be nice and I just say, "Hey, good morning," smiley face. 2 hours later, he texts me back. He says, "Hey, I'm morning." And then I said, "Well, been thinking about you. Hope you had a good weekend." And then silence. And
Hmm.
then I got really upset, because this is a guy that I have known, and he's not a jerk. He's a
Yep.
good guy. I'm thinking, I finally got myself a good man. He did everything that you said a man should do to court you. And I'm getting excited, and then this. And so he didn't delete me off of social media. It's
Hmm.
very uncomfortable, but he's not posting anything like inappropriate. But it gets me upset. Like, he doesn't like any of my posts anymore, none of my pictures, and I just don't know how to grab his attention
Okay,
again.
I'll tell you what happened, right? Because I've been there. I've been that
Okay.
guy. What tends to happen is that a guy likes you. He may like you, but but at a distance, which means that what tends to happen is that when you hang out with someone for too long, and you're used to your own personal space, especially for guys, they were
Mhm.
like, "Damn, man, I need some space." Like, he didn't know it was gonna be so overwhelming, right? Because I bet you guys spend
Mhm.
24/7 together, right?
And the trip,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
But
see.
other than that, no.
Now look,
Mhm.
in that moment, what it's most people don't do this because it's kind of not rude, but like it takes balls. But it's very important to tell, look, I need some me time.
Mhm.
Like, say, look, I know we came and hang out, but I need some me time, because you don't want to offend the person, but when you feel like I need some space, a guy will not tell you that because he doesn't want to offend you, but he's gonna feel
Mhm.
uncomfortable. You see, so
Mhm.
that was the problem, is that for him, maybe that's too much for him, and so what may happen is that he may act like this. But I remember in my case where I was talking to this girl, everything that you said happened to me, where she came to meet me and I really liked her. After 2 days, I was like, yo, this girl's time for this girl to bounce, man. Like, it's been for too long. And when she bounced, I was like, thank God. And when she left, I was happy. But then 2 weeks later, right, I wasn't messaging her, I wasn't texting her that much. But then suddenly I started noticing that there was a new guy started commenting her statuses and her photos a little bit more often. I'm like, who's this dude, right? And as soon as I started noticing that this guy was talking to her, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And I was like, now I like her again, right?
Mm.
And that stuck. And the reason why that stuck is that it wasn't that it wasn't that I stopped liking her and the guy made me like her again, or because I was just being jealous, kind of. But it's just that sometimes you don't know how much you like something until you see other people valuing it, or
Mm.
the
Mhm.
potential of losing it might happen. So a simple thing to do, and again, it's very simple, is don't do that much. Like, back off, because like, even when you say, "Hey, what's up?" Like, that text message, "Hey, good morning," whatever. I bet that text message was like, "Hey, I hope he likes me now." Like, hey, like, I
Mhm.
hope you see,
Mhm.
that thing is what causes them to actually pull away. I'm gonna assume, but are you usually in relationship for most of the time? Have you been single for too long, or are you used to
Oh,
be
I haven't been. He was very excited to hear, because after high school, I got into a relationship and was with that
for
person for
long?
nine
Okay,
years.
see that? Okay, that's what I'm telling you. What? Because this happened with the last girl too. Is that he knows you've been in a relationship. He knows that you're used to relationships, and so if I feel like that's your comfort zone. I could be wrong, right? I could easily be
That's
wrong.
true.
Okay, and so a guy's gonna feel that, right? And
Mhm.
so that's something that's gonna happen. That's the vibe that I got off the other girl. Is that she
Mhm.
loved the relationship. She loved the romanticism of being with someone, of being with your soulmate, right? And she reveled in it. Like, when you went out, when I took her out, nothing wrong with that. But I could tell that she enjoyed it, right? And so when a guy's used to not being in a relationship, it's a little bit too much for him, right? And so
Mhm.
what made me once again value her it wasn't anything that she did. It wasn't her inherent value as a person, her looks, but rather my perception of her. When as soon as I saw that other people wanted her, realized I realized how much I want her. You know, and so that fear of loss puts a guy in a sexually competitive state. When a guy's in a sexually competitive state, they'll automatically start chasing you more, and that's what happened with me. And I wish that would have not happened, because then it took me 2 years to get over her. But that's what would happen in this case, is that
Yeah.
guys like that, they fear getting rejected. But once they get accepted by someone, they'll back off. It's like an emotional attachment that's like confused, where if they're away, they'll miss them. If they're too close, they'll push them away. You see? So you gotta play along with with that pattern of behavior. Does that make sense?
It does. The only thing is, like, I feel like it's been a while, but for a girl, it could feel like a long time, because the last time was like kind of end of August, and
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. I didn't text him every day. I waited a whole week after I did the hey, good morning, and I sent out this long text about how I was very disappointed
Well,
that him, out of all people,
Yeah, what you got?
ghosted on
This is
me.
what you gotta do, right? You gotta. Okay, see, that's nothing wrong with that, but that definitely didn't help, right? Anytime
Yeah.
you feel needy, ask yourself, what's the opposite of the action that the neediness is telling me to do, and do what it does, and do what the opposite of that neediness is, because usually the neediness is it's kind of like a recipe for failure. So, okay? So, what was the question again?
Um, I think no, I was just commenting on, like, it's been a while. So it's like the end of August, it's already
Oh,
kind of the second week of
yeah.
September.
I mean,
I feel like it's forever,
of course.
I
I
could be
mean,
dramatic,
okay,
but
yeah, you're being dramatic. What you what you have to do is you know how I talk about being present and observing your reaction. You want to
yeah.
observe those reactions, because that reaction is what's fucking you up.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
he's arising in you your own insecurities, and so rather than trying to use him to feel better, right? Because
Mhm.
his validation will remove your insecurities, because you're gonna feel attractive. What you
Oh
want to
yeah.
do is not feed that. You want to starve it and observe it. Like, you're gonna kill two birds with one stone with this. One, you're
Mhm.
not gonna text him, you're not gonna respond to him so that he could text you back, right? That's one thing.
Mhm.
The other thing is that you're not gonna respond to him so that you could arise in you your insecurities and face the things that you've been suppressing your whole life, because we're
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
suppressing it. When we feel needy, what do you usually do? I start swiping right when I feel needy. You see what I'm saying? So it's to feel
Mhm.
better. So rather than swiping right, what do? You observe your reaction, right? And so
Mhm.
what I recommend you to do is, whenever that happens, at least twice a day, make it a habit. 2 times a day, whenever you feel needy, write down the physical sensation of that experience. Uh, have you watched
Okay.
that video about how to be happy with a pen and paper?
Oh no, I gotta
Okay,
watch that one.
watch that
Mhm.
video and apply it to this whenever you feel that need to text them, right? So
Okay.
that what's gonna happen is that you can allow your body to process that emotion, right?
Mhm.
So that it doesn't get stuck in you. Because naturally, what you should do, you used to suppress it, and so you never really experience that emotion to its fullest. Now you are experiencing it, and it's like a drug. When you take a drug, you naturally, the next time you take it, you get less of a you feel it less, because your body grows tolerant to it. So the next time you
Mhm.
feel needy, you're gonna feel less needy, and then the next time less
Mhm.
needy, and guess what? It's gonna come a point where you're not needy at all,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's not gonna be based on it's not gonna be based on a validation. It's not gonna be based on anything like that. It's gonna be based on pure awareness. So
Mhm.
you're gonna get what you always wanted. So now when you see a guy, you're not gonna need him. You're gonna want him, but you're not gonna need him, because you have everything
Right.
that you need, and that's the
Mhm.
point. But in order to get to that point, you have to observe and experience that need, and so it's a perfect situation for this. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I know I am feeling like needy for his reassurance and,
Yeah,
coming.
and so what you're gonna do is, you're not gonna feed that. You're gonna observe it. You're gonna be present with it, and also by not feeding it, you allow him to chase you back. You see, now
Mhm.
the next step is your social media. You gotta start You gotta start posting. You start posting those pictures that he likes, right? And
Mhm.
also, if you have a male friend or whatever, ask one of your male friends to start commenting on your photos, or start
Mhm.
commenting on your Facebook status. Guys will do this. Trust me. That's Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, like a guy would do that. If you're cool with a guy and you ask him, guys would do that. They'll, we love playing those kind of games. But what's gonna
Mhm.
happen is that he's gonna start seeing that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He's gonna start reading. Oh my God, who's this dude? Start commenting on statuses, and what you're gonna notice is that he's
Yeah.
get, huh?
He used to like every single one of my Facebook
S-
photos or Instagram. Like
Yep,
he just stopped.
exactly.
Even watching like my Snapchat videos too. So.
So then start, yeah. So then start like doing that, right? And what
Mhm.
you're gonna notice is that he's gonna start messaging you, start hitting on you, right? And
Mhm.
then when you do that, then you're good. Now when he starts hitting you up, now you're the one who's controlling the dynamics, and you can take it from
Mhm.
there, But for next
Mhm.
time, you want to set those barriers when he asks you to hang out. Like if he asks you to meet your parents, right? To meet his parents, next time set a barrier and say not yet. Just say not yet, like because what you're gonna say by saying not yet, what does that say? I'm not ready. And what is that? And
Right.
where does that put him in a position of being the one who's chasing? You gotta set
Yeah.
barriers. When he says, "Can we hang out
Okay.
today?" You say, "Not tonight." Who's the ones that?
Okay.
You see that? See that's how you flip the switch and change the dynamics. But you
Mhm.
gotta get him to that point where he's chasing you, and that the way you do that is to back off. Use the backing off as a way to arise your own insecurities and work on yourself, and use social media to incite those other people in your life. That will
Mhm.
allow him to see if he whether or not he really likes you. Now, if he doesn't
Mhm.
chase you, then the truth is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Then
Yes.
you're gonna have to accept it, and guess what? Since you're gonna have to accept it, that means you're growing from that. So it's a win-win.
Mhm. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, look, man. If you don't get him, guess what? Time to be present because you're gonna use that pain to grow. If you get him, guess what? You're learning from that. And now you learned a new
Right.
skill set. So it's a good
So
thing.
I was gonna be very impulsive and kind of be petty and just like delete him off of all the social media, but
Nah, don't
not
do that.
yet.
Nah, not yet. You see, like delete him not for an emotional reason, but for a simple, logical reason. Like, okay, I'm deleting him because he does this, not because he makes me feel this way, or that because I'm deleting him to get a certain outcome.
Right.
Like like you delete him so that he can see you deleted him. Like you could use social media much more than deleting him because you could start posting like having a guy friend, hey, you look hot there, or not even say you look hot, but just start commenting more. Just let him start
Right.
commenting more, and guys gonna notice, or even start tagging him on post. Like, hey Johnny, and he's gonna say, "Ooh, who's this? Who's this guy? Huh? Wow, look at him. He's been commenting on her photos. Huh? Like, why is she hitting him up?
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
and if you allow him to come to that conclusion on his own, then he's gonna be the one that says, wait a minute, why is this new guy? But the key is this: is that to let him come to that conclusion on his own. Don't mention it.
Right.
Like because you could,
Okay.
when someone's cheating on you, they're not gonna directly tell you they're cheating on you, but they're gonna subtly put out signs that they're cheating on you. Like they're gonna be a little bit more busier, or you start noticing a certain guy messaging him. But
Mhm.
you'll come to that realization when you slowly realize it, not instantly, but it has to be like a realization that when he's in the shower, he's like, wait a minute, he hasn't hit me up, and wait a minute, this has been a guy messaging her all of a sudden, and he'll put it together, and that's how it
Okay.
works. You cannot put it together for him. You gotta let him put it together. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does. It does. Mhm.
That's how the cookie crumbles, girl.
All right. Sounds like good advice.
Any more
I'll
questions?
do it. Um, I like when he texts me, do I play these like I don't know what to do. Like let's say he does text
Mhm.
me, I don't know, let's say a few weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't respond instantly, but should I wait like a day, a few hours, or
No,
do I
I mean you could respond,
Mhm.
but remove the ha-has and the LOLs.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Because
don't.
I want him to know that like what he did, like if he does text me, that what he did was like not okay. But I don't want to approach it in that way, like right away. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you don't want to
Like,
do that right away. You want him.
yeah.
He knows, right? He knows.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if he likes you, what he's gonna do is that he's gonna apologize for that. He
Okay.
he did that, right?
What do you mean? Apologize to me?
Yeah, for like well, for not messaging you and being like he's gonna say, I know I've been this, I know I've been that. That's
Well, yeah, so he's apologized to me in the past before. Like usually texts me every day, good morning. And one time he didn't text me till 1 o'clock and he goes, oh, I apologize. I should have texted
hmm
you earlier. I got busy at work. I mean, he was doing things that I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well
I wasn't even,
then you should definitely do what we talked about today,
okay.
because I know exactly the kind of guy he is. He's not a bad guy. It's just
Yeah.
what had that it tends to be you have two guys, him and his dick. They're two completely different people, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one is the.
Have a good day,
Okay.
okay?
All right. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies, that's pretty much. Hopefully, you guys were able to learn from that. If you guys want to get one-on-one coaching, you just go to mindfulattraction.org/in-game coaching. Usually, that sessions are 30 minutes long. I have 15-minute sessions, 1 hour sessions, and monthly coaching, like coaching a pocket. That's what I call it, where you could email me on a monthly, message me on a monthly basis, and you could access me on an unlimited basis for a whole month, for 4 weeks, right? Weekdays only. Yeah. Anyways, take care, ladies, and have a good day. Bye bye.